Contrary to popular belief, self-concept does not equal self-esteem or even self-worth. Self-concept is about how you view yourself in regards to your desires. Self-concept is your I am. Self-concept is what or who you are identifying as being. You can never be less than or more than I am. To quote Neville Goddard, I have only truly lost the concept of loss, for nothing can be lost. As I was saying in my previous video titled Imagination is the Only Reality, there are infinite realities, and in those infinite realities there are multiple versions of you that exist. That other version of you, the one that you're thinking about right now, it already exists. And in that 3D reality, you're seeing a very limited perspective of who you are. It's important to remember that you are reality. You are source. You are everything. You are powerful. You are one with God. So by remembering this and knowing this, how can you not create anything and everything that you want to be, do, or have into your life? To quote Neville Goddard once more, there is no one to change but self. It's not about changing others. It's not about changing the world. It is about changing yourself from within. When you have a different self-concept, everything else around you changes. How do you do this? By assuming, affirming, and or imagining it all as how you would like it to be now, because it already is. Select that version of yourself now. Write yourself a new script. What are you identifying as? Who are you conscious of being? That is self-concept. What are your views in regards to yourself around love or money? Do you feel worthy of the love you want? Do you feel loved, wanted, and chosen? Do you feel worthy of riches and abundance? What are your mindsets regarding wealth or your dream career or job opportunities? Do you believe in your absolute power and capabilities to create the life you want? Everyone is you pushed out is a very common phrase in the law of assumption community, and it kind of goes hand in hand with self-concept. So this is what everyone is you pushed out really means. It means that you create your own reality, you are connected to everyone and everything, but you are not other people and they are not you. You are connected with the energy of who you are that resonates and shares a reality of who they are, which equates to self-concept. In other words, it is all you. When you take that ownership and understanding, then you're able to create all of your desires and the life you've always dreamed of. The connections you have are based on who you believe yourself to be. All the struggling comes from believing in that 3D reality and the undesirable circumstances. Being fixated on what's happening to us versus knowing that we are the happening. You must be the change first in order to see the change. Remember that Neville Goddard quote? No one to change but self. This idea of feeling the need to change or fix in the 3D in order to make yourself feel better, taking action to change the old 3D, comes from a self-concept that you are separated from it. The truth is, you cannot change things from the outside. It all comes from within. Don't become a victim to your 3D reality and circumstances. Do not identify as such. Own your power. Take control of your life. You make the rules. You decide how people show up for you. Take action from the higher knowing that everyone and everything is working out in your favor. Are you making decisions from separation? From lack and feeling like a victim in the world? Or are you making them from oneness? By taking responsibility and owning your reality. When you make decisions from knowing that you are one with God and God equals love, it moves you to what you desire. The old reality and the old identity is what keeps you stuck in the unwanted cycles. You are still in your old reality when you think you have to do all these techniques like scripting and affirmations and subliminals in order to see results, in order to get what you want. It's actually your old self-concept that needs to change. You must change your old beliefs for new ones, and it will manifest into becoming your new self. For example, maybe you feel like in relationships that you always love but never receive the same love back. What's the concept behind this? Well, the concept is that you are love, and feeling like you have to work for love or that love is something to be earned when this is not the case. When you're still in your old identity or old self-concept, spending all this time, work, and energy on saying your affirmations, visualizing, listening to subliminals, etc., maybe movement stops, or you have some successes, but it's inconsistent, or perhaps you're receiving hot and cold behavior. It is because you're still somewhat holding on to that old identity. Knowledge and consumption of books, YouTube videos, or other content on the law is great, but the real change has to come from you. But prove yourselves doers of the word and not just hearers who deceive themselves. James 1:22-25. The natural identity or self-concept is who you really are. It's identifying with that oneness. The bad self-concept version of you is not who you really are, which is why it does not feel good. It's effort and it's draining. Manifesting is not meant to be a trying process, it's meant to feel effortless. Your reality is your identity. You are the reality you live in. You are the creator, and you are made in God's image. Meaning, as the creator, or I am, you are perfect by default. But we put all these labels and conditions over it due to society. So drop the conditioning that you've been identifying with. You are the creator of the reality you want to fix. This is why the unwanted 3D circumstances feel so solid and real to you. You've been programmed and conditioned to believe in the BS and the struggle your whole life, and that's what makes it feel so hard. So move from the identity that you are separated from the world into the reality or version of yourself where you are already whole and complete. You won't change the fundamental reality until you change your fundamental identity. Relying on anything outside of you keeps you from your new identity and stuck in the old one. So affirm, script, visualize, listen to subliminals, hire coaches, even read tarot if you want. But just remember, while you're doing all of this work, look into the direction of who you really are. Who are you really being? And do these things as your new self. So, in conclusion, there is nothing outside of you in your self-concept, and your self-concept is your only reality. You are it. You are everything. You are the creator. Create the life you want now. The only person who can ever stop you or limit you is yourself. Self-concept is key because it is always you.